I'm here to tell you why you need to own versus rent, and no, I'm not talking about the housing market. So obviously I'm not a realtor, I'm not talking about the housing market, I'm talking about influencer marketing. Oftentimes brands are trying to determine what the ROI of influencer marketing is. That's their greatest challenge or greatest question mark. And what are some of the metrics that they're looking for? They're looking for sales, they're looking for traffic to their website, brand awareness, a boost of follower count on social media, etc., etc. What we've determined and how we think of this, and this slide will pop up here, is really a distinction between creator versus distributor. So on your right, you're seeing an influencer's feed, and that piece of content on the left is existing on that feed. When I'm viewing them as a distributor, I'm viewing them basically for their distribution or amplification of that piece of content to their audience. But that audience is limited to their feed, or maybe they have a website to go along with that feed. It's still the same audience, one time. So use this example, is this influencer has 16,000 followers. At best, that audience at 2 to 4% engagement rate, that's 640 people that are gonna be seeing this piece of content at that one time. Versus the creator, we believe that we can distribute this content much better into more places than they can. So you, the brand, have a lot of different marketing mediums, and you also more than likely are running Facebook and Google and Instagram advertising. And so this gives you the flexibility to run this piece of content to a variety of different audiences outside of just your own. We like to see this distribution of this content live longer, and we've seen it perform better because when you, the brand, own the piece of content. So to back up a little bit, every investment has a leap of faith in it. Gambling, eating healthy, exercise, there's always where you currently are and where you want to be. And so with ROI, or return on influencer, we're saying, okay, this is the investment that you're spending, and this is ultimately the gap between what you want to get in return on that investment. And what we're doing is trying to reduce that gap as much as possible by giving you, the brand, as much power and control over the distribution as possible. And so when we see brands spend a ton of money just for that influencer to post organically, we see it as a very limited and big gap because we're putting all your eggs in one basket to trust that influencer to distribute to their audience better, versus you actually owning this piece of content. When I say own versus rent, how do you actually own the piece of content? Well, one practical way is that we're saying we're contracting with influencers to own the piece of content either for a period of time, 30 to 60, 90 days, or in perpetuity, meaning forever. You, the brand, have ultimate power and control over distributing this content and owning the content. So for you and your brand, if you're in need of UGC, which is user-generated content, we see that no different than influencer content because they're, at the end of the day, they are an end user of your product. And you need cost-effective content and lots of it, a variety and quality content. Influencers is a great way to go, and we trust these content creators. After working with over thousands and thousands of micro-influencers, we've seen that we've compiled a list of a top 25 of micro-influencers that create really good content on behalf of your brand. So if you're interested in that, please reach out.